everybody, it's Jasmine. So today I have a very exciting video. Today I'm going to be reviewing the ShopMissA AOA Studio Professional High Def Brush Set, and this is their newest launch. This is a 10-piece brush set for $10. You heard me right. I just used these, but I am going to show you guys the clean brushes in when I'm talking about these brushes, and I'm also going to be showing you guys live demos of me using them. And I also wanted to say I am a ShopMissA affiliate, so if you use my link down below, then I get a small commission off of it. Obviously, it's up to you if you want to use it or not. I sadly don't have a coupon code for you guys, but you know, I'm trying to get one. In this brush set, you get 5 big face brushes and then you get 5 smaller ones for like the small detail work. And so I'm going to start off with the first big brush, which is the F6. Now this is a large stippling brush and it is used for the airbrush foundation look and to blend out the contour. Now for me, I mostly stuck with powders for this brush just because I think that it's very similar to a MAC brush that I'm going to go steal from my sister's room real quick. And I just think that it's perfect to really just put on the loose powder, blend out any powder contour, any powder blush, anything powder. It works really well with this brush. Specifically for this video, I used my Coty Airspun loose powder. I also used my e.l.f. bronzing palette, and then I used my Wet n Wild Apricot in the middle blush. And that was a really good way to, you know, set my face. And I also used this brush to dust off any extra baking. Now I did grab my sister's MAC brush. I'm still sick, so I'm trying not to cough, but when I do, like, I tear up so much. But this one is actually a brush that was from a holiday collection. I used to have this, but I actually threw mine away because it shedded like crazy. And then the, right here, I think it's called the fennel or the funnel. It completely came off the brush and I was like, okay, I just spent heck of money because it's a MAC brush, you know? But this one is the MAC 187 SE, and it's like the exact same brush. As you could see, like, I remember this brush being pretty dense but still very flexible, and that is exactly what this brush is as well. The white part of the bristles on the MAC one go down a little further than the ShopMissA one, but honestly that doesn't even really matter because they both feel like the exact same. They both have the same density and they both have the same flexibility. So I'm pretty sure if you're eyeing the MAC one, then save your money and get the ShopMissA one. Next brush in line is the F7. It's the large wedge brush. It's perfect for baking and pressing the foundation into the skin. Now, I did neither for this look just because I thought that this would be perfect to apply my cream blush. The cream blush that I used was from the Anastasia Cream Contour Kit, which is what I used for, you know, my entire face. But I enjoyed this just because it pressed the pigment onto my skin and it was so easy to just blend out and just work into the foundation. And you know, this blush was really pigmented, so I actually went over it with the other brush that I want to mention, which is the F8. It is the large double wedge. It's perfect for applying foundation from sheer to full coverage. And I actually have a dupe for you guys for this brush as well, but I'm going to share with you guys after I finish describing this. Now, I use this for both foundation application and to really just blend out my face, and this gave me such an airbrush look, like no joke. There was no streaks, which is why I have kind of this love-hate relationship with foundation brushes, just because I know that some days it will look really, really good and then some days it will just look really streaky. I actually went over the blush with this brush just so the blush looked a little bit more toned down and a little bit flattering to my skin tone. Now the dupe for this brush, I mean, you guys can probably guess it just by the iconic shape. It is the Sigma 3D HD Kabuki. The only difference is that the Sigma brush is whiter. But I mean, I guess you would have more of a preference towards the Sigma one if you have a bigger face and you have a larger surface area to work with. Personally, I don't have a big face, so I actually don't mind either one. It's just the fact that you know, if you're looking at the Sigma one, you're like, wow, I really want that, but I don't really want to spend all that money. I mean, I am a Sigma affiliate, so I mean, you could save money if you use my code, but at the same time, if you want to save money and you want, like, you know, to get it quickly, then definitely try the ShopMissA one. I do believe they do have duos on the website, so you would get this one and then another one for $2. So I mean, either way, these are both amazing brushes and I like them both. And personally, I'm gonna keep continuing on with this brush. I actually use this brush like for everything. I can use this for foundation, contour, blush, highlight, and I even use this to set my face all in one. So this is the perfect all-around brush. The next brush is the F9, which is the large curved contour. This is perfect for contouring your cheekbones, your jawline, and highlighting your top of the cheeks. My voice is giving out on me, but I actually really like this brush because when I saw this, I was like, wow, it looked like the Fenty brush, but I've never tried the Fenty brush, so I don't even know if it's a dupe or not. But I really enjoyed that it applied my contour exactly where I wanted it, and then it also blended it out really effortlessly. Again, I didn't have to use my beauty blender for any of the blending, and I don't know, that comes to show that this brush is perfectly dense and it's very flexible as well. Just because I know that if you're blending out your contour, the last thing you want is it to be blotchy, streaky, messy. You want that to be as seamless and as natural as possible. The last face brush is the F10. This is the large chisel contour, and I use this to add the darkest shade in the cream contour kit to my cheekbones as well as my forehead area, and I blended it back out with the previous brush, the F9, and I actually really like this brush just because it was really precise, and I also use this to bake under my contour. I thought that this brush would be perfect because I had a brush like this from e.l.f., but I actually didn't like that brush because it was too dense. It was way too hard to work with, and the bristles actually fanned out just a little bit more, and I actually wanted it to be a little bit thinner, and I think that this is actually the perfect brush for me just because I have a lot of brushes like this, but they're either too thin or too thick. I think this is a happy medium, so I'm super glad that I have this in my collection. Alright, let's move on into these smaller brushes. Now the first one that I have is the E108. This is a small double wedge, and it is for blending in corners of the face. Now this is very similar to the F8, but it is just a smaller version. Now what I did was I actually blended out my eyebrows. That sounds weird, but I blended out more foundation on the tops of my brows just so that I don't have this weird gap between my actual skin and my foundation, just because my face is a little bit lighter than my foundation. But I love this brush for that, and I think that this would actually be perfect for other things like blending out concealer onto the eyelid as a base, or even just contouring, or what is it called, highlighting just precisely, you know, if you're on the go or something like that. And then I have the E107, which is the small wedge. It is perfect for baking under the eyes and pressing in concealer. Now I did bake under my eyes with this, not necessarily under my eyes, but more so the sides of my nose, and this blended out perfectly. I actually really like this brush just because I feel like I needed a brush like this. I don't really have anything that has like a really nice slant to it. This one is really good for that. Next one that I have is the E106, which is a small stippling brush, perfect for highlight and precise contouring. Now personally, I wouldn't use this as a precise contouring brush. I would only use it as a highlighting brush. I was very skeptical when I saw this brush just because I'm not into dual fiber brushes that look like this, but once I applied my highlight, I think I thought twice. You know, I think I was just like, you know what, don't judge a book by its cover. I really enjoy this because it layered on a small amount at first, but then once I did a double layer, my highlight just got so much more intense. It's such a nice brush if you want something to just be buildable. You know, if you're scared and if you're a beginner and you're like, oh, I don't want to use too much product, this will be a really good starter brush for you. The next brush is the E109, which is the small angle contour. This is perfect for cleaning up your lip line, highlighting down the nose, and filling in your hairline. I don't know how I feel about filling in my hairline just yet, but I use this as a nose highlighting brush, and this actually worked really well. I wouldn't say it's my favorite nose highlighting brush, but it did work. You know what I mean? I would honestly use this as a nose contouring brush or even just a precise highlighting brush on my cheekbones. But honestly, brushes, you can use them however you want. I just find that this actually works for a lot of different things. I could even use this as a brow bone highlight if I wanted to, or even as like a brow brush, but you know, it works for its purpose. And the last brush that I have is the E110. This is the small chisel contour, perfect for contouring the sides of the nose. And yes, this is the nose contouring brush that I have been wanting. This is everything to me. I think that this surpasses all of my other nose contouring brushes, and this actually made my nose look really snatched. I'm really impressed with this, and I also use this on my lower lash line when I wanted to finish up my eye look, and this is perfect for it. I think that this is like one of my new favorite brushes by far, just because I've been looking for this brush my whole life and I finally have it, and it's only $1. Alright you guys, that was up this video. Hope you guys really enjoyed. Now I know a lot of you guys have clicked out already, but for the ones who have stayed, you guys have a chance to enter in my giveaway, which is super exciting. I bought my own high def brush set. I'm just waiting for it to come into the mail, but I'm gonna give it to one of you guys to try out, and I hope you guys, you know, actually enter this giveaway. But basically all I want you guys to do is click that Google Forms little link that I have in my description box, fill it out, and I will also have the rules in the description box as well as on the Google Forms. But I also want to verbally say some of the rules. Now, for sure, I definitely want you guys to be either 18 years or older, or at least have some parental or, you know, an adult supervision, or not supervision, I mean like, you know, have their permission to, you know, actually enter this giveaway. And I want you guys to be honest about it, okay? Also, I am going to only be hosting this giveaway to my US viewers. I'm sorry if you guys live elsewhere, but you know, just for the way things are right now, it's US only. Alright, so those are the two most important rules of the giveaway. If I have any other rules, you know, I'll put them somewhere below. As always, I love you guys so much. Good luck on the giveaway, and I'll see you guys in my next one. Bye! Peace out, Girl Scouts.